I'd like to call the meeting to order and be recorded. Larry. Yes. Please rise and join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. Present are Commissioners Shippey, Prast, Kaye, Siliano, Nora Francesco, and Wilcox. We begin with comments from the public, and I would remind anyone wishing to comment that we have a strict 3-minute limit on public comment. Is there anyone in the live audience who would wish to comment? If so, please raise your hand. Yes, ma'am. Come forward and identify yourself if you would.
My name is Paula Stewart, lifetime resident of Old Saybrook, 68 years. I have a little.
You didn't have to tell us how many.
I just want people to know. Proud of it, very proud of it. I had an incident which, my mother-in-law was coming home from the Cape one night, very late. She's 85 years old. And there were two young individuals skateboarding in the middle of the road on Boston Post Road in front of Goodwin, where there's very little truck lights. She was concerned for their safety. She was with another woman. They were black shirt, black pants, black hoods, you know, being kids, going down the middle of the road with a stick between them. And she was concerned for their safety. It was very dark, very hard to see them. She went to the police department and she reported it to an officer, which I can tell you his name, but I don't wish to embarrass him. And the officer said, well, if you hit them, it'd be your fault. And she said, well, I didn't want to hit them. I want you to go out there and just warn them. That's a very dangerous situation. And he said, no, it's almost shift change. I'm not doing that. I was appalled. I used to work at the police department. If we ever said anything like that, we would have lost our job. And then I expected a follow-up thinking somebody higher up might call and say, that was really tacky. Shouldn't have done that. Nothing. Nothing. So I'm embarrassed by that. I'm disgusted by that. I think if a person is in public service, they should never say to any individual, sorry, it's shift change, I'm not doing that. I think it should be looked into. I respect Chief Ryan Walsh, who I've known, and I'd appreciate it if it was looked into. I think it's terrible.
Well, thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Thank you. Thanks for listening.
Tell us how long ago that was.
It was less than a month ago.
You happen to know the date that we.
I didn't bring it with me.
I can tell you it's
Okay,
been looked into except for the follow-up video, so I'll give you a call tomorrow if you want to call.
I appreciate it.
are you the one that I went on the Facebook post about?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you for coming, that's
Absolutely.
amazing, thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the live audience willing to offer public comment? Yeah.
Hi, Stephen Edwards.
Stephen
Edwards,
Edwards, okay.
should I?
Your address?
I only got 18 years off, so she got me. 323 Boston Post Road in Old Saybrook. Yep, like to complain about violence in this town. Yes, and a nice officer was asking why I wasn't at the gym. I don't feel safe in this
Would you
town.
keep your voice up, sir?
I don't feel safe in the Old Saybrook. I have a violent video I can show you. Okay? And then my daughter is scared to death because DCF was called on her.
I'm sorry, sir. Let me ask you again to keep your voice up.
Yeah, so basically, I don't feel safe in this town. I think this town is very violent. And I don't think that they're holding people accountable for their violent behavior. And I can show you the video of violent behavior in this town. Okay, is that loud enough?
Yes, it is.
So,
No worries, I don't wanna yell. I don't feel safe in this town. I got a violent video and I want people to be held accountable. Maybe even a police officer fired. That's what makes me happy. Because you got corrupt
Was the police officer violent?
Yeah,
towards you?
no, he just covered it under the rug, and just like this lady was saying, during shift change. Another police officer who did not watch the video. Did the arrest, so now I have video to show y'all. So you can see for yourself, the violence in this town, cause I'm not going for it. Okay?
You're not gonna show it to us now, sir. This is
No worries.
public comment,
Yeah.
but if you wanna email it, to me, I
I would
can
love to
distribute.
email it to you,
All right, you have my address. It's on the town
No.
website.
I'll get it,
Alfred.wilcox@oldsaybrookct.gov.
yes, please. Yeah,
Okay.
cause I don't want it to go viral, I don't wanna embarrass the town, I don't wanna embarrass the police chief. Okay, because this is a serious matter of violence, high violence, not regular violence. Well, I'll show you hitting someone in the back of the head repeatedly while the guy's on the ground. In a public place right near in this town at 11:30 in the morning. That is not cutting it, and for me, I live here. And I also got Family of the Year 2025 on the state of police. And I expect better treatment. I'm also the championship sponsor of the Old Saybrook High School, and they do not hit people when they're on the ground. Do you understand that? You're not allowed to do that.
Okay, this is comment to us, sir.
I'm just giving eye contact to him too. You can't hit people while they're on the ground. That's what the video will show you when I send it to you.
Right.
And I'm making sure the football players don't do that, because if they do, they're off the team. They got a new coach. It's one of
So
my rules.
Chuck, just one quick question. You said your daughter had DCF called on her?
Yes, she did. And I
Okay, so
called
this
the
is
Old Saybrook
also a
Police.
personal,
Yes, and they
Okay.
can do anything. They're not
Okay.
helping my daughter.
so if you.
I
please
believe he would help
email-
my daughter.
Well,
I believe
DCF's
you
a
would.
totally different entity, but yes,
Two incidents. I don't get no
Yeah.
help from these police.
okay,
They don't go to Olympic Flooring 323 Boston Post Road to check on anything, nothing. I feel like I gotta carry everything myself, I gotta carry my bodyguard with me, I don't feel safe in this town. Chris is a friend of mine, he works out at the gym, he's like, where you been? I go to the old Lime Gym, the East Lime Gym, because it's much safer. I don't feel safe in this town,
did this
And that's
incident
it.
happen at the
right
gym?
here in this town. In a
Sorry.
public place,
Okay,
on video,
got it.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
thank you.
You can also go to the town website to find his email. It's right under boards and commissions, police commission, so forth.
Thank you.
Anyone else in the live audience wishing to make public comment? Let me turn to the virtual audience. Is there anyone on Zoom who would like to figuratively raise your hand so that you could make public comment? Larry?
No, hands are raised.
All right. Next item, correspondence. I can report that there is nothing that I haven't already circulated. Does anyone else have any correspondence to report or share?
No, I do not. No, thank you.
Okay. Next item, discussion and possible action on the meeting minutes for the July 28, 2025 regular meeting. I was not here, so I am not going to invite anything other than a motion to adopt or not.
Well, I will make that motion to approve.
And I second it.
Any discussion, any corrections to offer? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Yes.
And thank you, Jen, for the work.
Item 5, Chief Walsh,
Yes, thank
the
you.
floor is yours for the,
Yes, sir. So obviously we have the numbers from the closed out 24-25 operating budget that are in your packet. You can see.
these are the final numbers?
These are the final numbers. Yep, the year's been closed out. You can see we were about $250,000 in the black. So obviously there are some line items that stand out being drastically over budget, but it usually evens out with field service personnel, for example, the sick and injured is replacing the personnel. So that's why one number is bigger than the other. But nothing huge noteworthy in there. Obviously vehicle maintenance is gonna be an ongoing issue as the vehicles start getting a little bit older. We're starting to see some more frequent repairs on them. They are all out of warranty, so I think when the next police chief comes in, we'll probably have some discussions about maybe looking at just a certified mechanic versus dealership, because I think there's certainly a cost savings there that can be found, except decide that's the right thing to do with the patrol vehicle. so, you know, but we'll look at that in terms of maybe the cost savings option until we get a new fleet coming back in. Any questions on that budget?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
If I may. For a portion of the year, we were not fully staffed, which could explain some of this overage.
Oh, certainly.
Okay, but to this point now, we are fully staffed.
Correct, we do have a couple officers out injured, so that's gonna throw our, cover costs a little bit, correct? And then we are technically down the chief and deputy, so, you know, while we are fully staffed, we do have 2 vacancies that.
Okay, I just thought it was important to get it out there, that was the reason for
some of us, sure.
the extra money.
And I had a question along the same vein. In field service, a couple items were significantly over. One was professional development and one was uniform cleaning. I understand professional development may be higher because we've had extraordinary costs with training new recruits.
Sure.
And uniform cleaning is really a misnomer because that also includes uniform acquisitions.
Purchases, correct, yeah, especially, you know, body armor, tactical vests, for everybody when they come on board.
PD support, we also had a significant overrun on professional development. Was that also primarily due to backfilling positions?
And same thing, we hired 2 new last year, Caitlin and Patrick, and then 2 this year.
Does that include the sergeant's training class as well?
Not in PD, not in support services, the sergeant's classes would be under field services.
Okay, thank you.
And I noticed also we had, under general expenditures, a significant overrun in professional education. 2.5 times the budgeted amount. Do you have any background for us on what caused that? I know that you didn't make this budget.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the actual classes and book materials for all the training that was used in the hours budget. So to pay for the classes that everybody attended, it comes out of this side of the budget.
And the real question in my mind is the underlying cause of that overrun that because of all the training we had to incur for new people,
Correct.
we had
Yeah.
the materials as well.
7 new hires, 7 went to the police academy, there's expenses for all of these.
Okay, and then the last one I want to raise is 42103, repairs and maintenance, building maintenance. We typically have overruns in that category.
Correct.
Do you have a view on whether our building is getting to the point that it needs a significant overhaul to?
I wouldn't say it needs an overhaul, but it is starting to show some wear and tear. So I actually had to produce a document for Leanne to bring to the Board of Finance for this exact line item, and we were able to break down the certain things that broke. We had a couple of
So that is getting attention.
It is getting attention, yeah. So I think next budget year, we may need to start increasing the care and maintenance a little bit.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just have one quick question.
Yeah.
So I noticed, I mean, we talked about this, I think, a little bit last meeting, that you're looking for a new patrol officer, right? Is that what was on the
No,
police app?
we started the hiring process, just to have a list ready, should we need to build
Need
it.
one?
Just ongoing testing.
Okay, sorry if I missed that. Thank you.
Just because of the timeframe to start a process and get people on board. If we could save 3 or 4 months, if we do have a vacancy that comes up.
Okay, thank you.
All right. How about off budget accounts?
Well, did you have any questions on 25, 26?
Yeah, what about?
Oh, 20.
Actually, we're just a couple, 8, 9 weeks into the fiscal year, so there's not a whole lot to report on that. At this point, but I can try and answer questions if you have.
Well, in the general expenditures, fuel. So that number.
Is actual, so we get the whole big lump sum in the beginning.
So that's what happens, is that the whole lump sum is right there up front.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Yes, yes.
It's a pre-buy.
Yeah,
Yeah, Carl locked into.
All right, okay, that makes sense then.
So that's why
Thank
you have to pay it. It's like when you pre-buy oil on your house.
Yes. But it just struck me as being a huge number.
For the whole year.
Yes, that wipes out that amount.
Okay.
Any other questions on the 25, 26 budget?
I'll start, thank you.
Very early in the year.
Very good.
3 weeks in.
Yeah, we're more than that.
Six.
Six.
Well, actually, can we bring up? We're not gonna talk about cars tonight? The fleet,
I
Okay,
can
we
get through the list that's on
Sorry.
there,
okay?
just knock it out.
I didn't intend to, but we can. So off budget account wise, there's been a few changes in the four accounts that you have in front of you. We did do a iPhone day through AT&T and FirstNet. So you'll see the iPhone 160 there, officers are allowed to buy the old one instead of us taking the trade in. So that's why that account was being used currently. And then just the emergency dispatch, police admin, those small pistol permits and judicial wire, so nothing out of the ordinary there.
There was a $1,400 donation of an iPhone, was that, what was that?
I think that's just.
It's just a deposit,
Yeah.
say
It's a
donation.
donation.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just this little,
I'm sorry?
that was just a
That's a
deposit check. It wasn't a
Thank you.
donation.
Not a donation.
It's a clerical error.
Clear.
A very healthy balance.
There are some, yeah. We do have some issues, we can talk about vehicles a little bit. Some of our radar units are starting to
Radar,
age out in the front of the vehicles, so we do have that driver safety fund where we could maybe look to, replace some of those. Generally, that's done when the fleet is flipped, so if it's gonna be in a year, maybe we just wait in that year, or we can try and get a couple,
can the radar units be, if
then
we
moved
did,
over, correct?
they can be, okay,
Yes,
okay.
So that's something we discussed. The guy was here last week to tune them, and he's gonna give me some prices on what replacement units would be. So
How often do you have to calibrate them?
every 6 months.
6 months.
How are we doing with the, I know that last time. The former chief said that one of the SRO cars, the roof came, there's a piece, a chunk missing from the roof, is that true?
I'm not aware of that. I can
Okay.
certainly take a look at them.
Well, yeah, I just wanna make sure that they're all set
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah, we made
yeah.
sure they're up and running for
Yeah.
this week. So.
Okay, thank you.
When you talk about, I'm sorry to prolong this, but when you talk about radar starting to age out, what is the expected cost of a new?
I honestly don't know. I asked him to get me some quotes on
Okay,
what we have and what the newer technology has.
all right,
Sure, it's advanced since we bought these 12 or 15 years ago.
okay, thanks.
Any other off budget questions?
Under police admin, says George Lynn.
He's a psychiatrist.
Let's just say $5.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I see that pop up every now and then.
Yes, I know, he did.
Oh, okay, all right, just wondering, thank you.
Anyone else?
No,
Okay.
but can I change the subject for 1 second?
Personnel matters?
So luckily or happy to hear that Sergeant Chaconi has a return to work date of September 8th, so he will be back with us in 2 weeks, and we'll have a little bit of a transition period, getting used to a new vest. So obviously he had back surgery, so his doctor has him in an outer carrier, which is a little different than what the rest of our officers carry. So it's gonna take some time to transition into that for him. Just make sure his back is fit for duty. But hopefully we'll have him back September 8th. He can start contributing patrol hopefully in October, which will be
Oh,
nice.
that'll be nice, nice
for
to
him.
hear.
Yeah, Patrolman France did have his ankle surgery, so he's anxious to get back. I know that. I spoke with his daughter today at the high school, and he said he's going stir crazy at home, so I'm sure he's anxious to get back as soon as he can. And then a fun story, the old Saybrook PD family grew again today, so Dispatcher Scarpini had a healthy baby girl that.
Aw.
Mom and baby were doing well.
Congratulations.
Look forward to having some time at home with the baby, so.
Wow, that's great.
Those were right on the professional development, maybe like.
Ready?
So we did have our active shooter training last weekend or last Monday, Tuesday at the high school or at all the schools. So we're very thankful for the Board of Ed to allow us to use their facilities for that. Very important training that really starts at the early August with videos and practicing in the buildings. Captain DePerry was kind enough to come back and instruct for us once again. He puts on a very good program, so that was held last Monday and Tuesday from 4 to 10. Everybody that could attend did attend, and it was very well received. I did reach out for feedback from the members, looking to see how we can improve it in years past and what they thought. So it's been definitely a well received program. Myself, Lieutenant Millardo, Detective Sergeant Williams, Dispatcher Scarpini, and Dispatcher Adams attended a hurricane awareness program. It was 8 hours held at the firehouse by Demas. It was just about forecasting models and what information we can receive from, the weather service when a hurricane is impending. So it's a pretty interesting class. And then, just upcoming, we have some firearms, scheduled in September for our annual recertification. That would be up in Meriden. And then, we also have a patrol rifle scheduled for some of the newer officers. So when you come out of the police academy, you're not certified in the patrol rifle, we are certified in, your pistol. So we have to add on, and do that patrol rifle training on our own. So,
Is that also done in that mobile van?
not the patrol rifle, just our firearms, our sidearms for that. If you recall, Detective Simpson went to the, Connecticut, detective school. So we had such good feedback from that we sent, Patrolman Scotto, who was in the back of the room, and, Patrolman Barrett. They both, took a lot from that class. So, some of the topics are search and seizure, arrest warrants, statements, identification procedures, cell phone investigations, legal case updates, firearm, identification. So it's really a broad range, class. So they both enjoyed that.
Did you send them because they're interested in possible?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's great,
Yeah,
that's great.
so,
Awesome.
Patrolman Barrett came from Manchester, so he has 3 or 4 years experience already, so we can see his
Okay.
quality of work is there, and then Patrolman Scotto was expressed interest in.
Awesome,
See how
okay.
it goes. But, yeah. And then, activity report, I'll give you questions on the activity report that's in,
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
pretty
I know.
normal.
Love that.
It doesn't slow down, yeah, we're quite busy, we've been thankful to have, decent weather this summer, but that, brings the people out. So, there's certainly plenty of
Brings them
activity.
out at night.
And it brings them out at night, so, we've definitely seen a ramp up in DUIs of late and tried to tackle the, golf carts and e-bikes a little bit, so, I'll be meeting tomorrow with, some of the school district leadership team to try and set a policy or some guidelines on e-bikes on the campuses. Come October 1st, many of the e-bikes, you can't operate until you're 16, which is just about every student, is under 16 except for juniors and seniors, so, it might just be keep the e-bikes off the campuses, so. So we're working on that, they've asked for that. Patrolman Torje, or Patrolman Costa, I'm sorry, is gonna do a presentation at the middle school for 7th and 8th graders, strictly about e-bikes and the new laws. That was at the request of, Krista Bachman at the middle school.
How fast do they go?
Too fast. So, the law is very confusing. So an e-bike actually has movable pedals. And there's 3 classifications, and I know class 3 is top speed at 28 miles per hour. But now we have these motorcycle bikes that don't have operating pedals. Those aren't bicycles, so those go, seems like 30, 40 miles an hour. I know Joel Ciscato just had a kid doing a wheelie on Main Street one before I came in here, so.
I probably saw them, yes.
Yeah, so those are the ones that we need to educate people on, and, if you're under 16, you can't operate those, so. We don't wanna stop your son or daughter and tow their e-bike, just want parents to educate their kids and, follow the laws, because there's been way too many tragedies in the state this year. I'm sure you've seen the news, whether it was,
Yeah.
Stanford or, East Haven last week, I believe. When Patrolman Costick does the speech at the talk at the middle school, there's actually gonna be a student from another high school who was injured in an e-bike crash to share his story and show his injury, so we're hoping it'll be effective.
Yeah, that
Great.
actually is a helpful thing to do.
The mopeds, are they supposed to drive in the middle of the road?
No.
Are they supposed to, cause, one got hit today, right off the wind in front of, Stop and
No,
Shop.
it's not bad, yeah.
And, but I'm surprised there's not more, cause they hog the road and they won't let you by.
Yeah, they do need to be, to the right shoulder, so that's what we're trying to get that enforcement out. I know you asked me to put the Facebook message out again, so, we will be doing that for sure.
So like we sort of talked about, the helmet thing is really, e-bikes, mopeds, bikes, whatever. I just like, if we can push the helmet thing, which they have to be 16, right? I think that's in October. Anybody riding a bike, moped, doesn't matter if it's, electric or not, like even if it's a bicycle, you have to be 16 to not wear a helmet in the state of Connecticut. Now, when I subbed and when I'm, doing the bike walk, the school day and stuff like that, I see kids pulling, there needs to be some sort of agreed upon policy between the schools and you guys that if you see a child not wearing a helmet and he's coming to school, obviously don't deny him from school. But we gotta get him a helmet, and if he doesn't learn, or she
Yeah,
doesn't,
the school used to have that policy. I know Lieutenant McDonald, he was there years ago, was out there, kid, so.
we just, if that's the only place we can control, is the school, we can't control.
and it's building habits.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
controlling the parent.
Yes,
Well, it's education for
Yes.
parents, and, you know, again, we're working with the school to
and there's ton
give
of,
material out at the
there's
very
ton
beginning
of
of the year.
resources where that child needs help. I will most certainly, you know,
Yeah, we,
anybody, we can always, yeah, of course, so it's easy enough.
so in terms of other activity, we did have our successful back to school drive a couple of weeks ago with Youth and Family Services. It was nice to collaborate with them and make more of an event of it. They had a bounce house and bubbles and a snow cone machine with Sky there, our police dog. Seemed to be about 200 students were served, so it's a fair amount of
Great.
students that
That's nice.
were able to get some school supplies, and a lot of that was donated from the police union or donations to the police department, Walmart. So it was a very nice, nice event to have. We are winding up with back to school this week. Obviously, Thursday is the first day of class, so today, Joe and I were at convocation with the superintendent kicks off the year. Then I went back and I followed up with the school safety meetings with each building and went over their emergency response drills and how we're gonna respond and what we do as a district. So it was a fun day to be back in school. Been a while since I've been there, back in my SRO days, so it was nice to see some friendly faces and get caught up again. And then just one interesting thing, so Amtrak or O&G Industries has started to request a police boat for outside job, almost like a construction car for safety. So there's times when their construction guys are 150 feet in the air working on the bridge, and they just want to make sure that there's absolutely no wakes at all. So we've set an admin fee just like we have for our car, and you know, a boat fee just like we have for our patrol cars. So I've talked with Carl and Leanne, and the goal will hopefully be with your endorsement to go to the Board of Finance to put that in an off-budget account, just like we do for the cars, to maybe someday supplement purchases of motors or repairs to the boat.
I hate to be a stickler.
Yeah.
Where's the dividing line between Old Saybrook and Old Lyme?
Almost
So-
the work is being done this side.
Yeah, at this point, most of it's launched from our side, so I know DEP was out and did ask that question as well. But you know, we kind of shore to shore when it comes to the enforcement. So if it comes to the point where we can't really cover the shifts that they want, they did ask for quite a few initially, and I was able to back them down just because of the demands of the boat. We could always reach out to Old Line or DEP to see if we could all work together.
Or the state police?
Or the state police, yeah.
Yeah, both there too.
Yeah, they do. But so hopefully we can, you know, benefit the town by, you know, putting some money in a fund for some, you know, motors, which we can do in the next couple of years.
Thank
That'd be good.
My wife and I walk our dog over there at the deep dock all the time.
Okay.
And I was wondering why there was an Old Saybrook police boat right by that barge with the towers that they're working on.
Yeah, that was the day we were out there, so, yeah. And then in the month of September, they're gonna be doing night work, and they're gonna be running the wires up top, so that's why they'll want us out there in September, so we'll be, filling that day, so. No, that's all I have.
Okay.
Right.
Any
Just a
question?
Shout out to SRO Scott Oresco for his back to school bullet
I saw that
on
today.
Facebook.
Yeah. The other gentleman coming as well, so you'll see me in the next few
Yeah.
days.
Oh, really?
Yes.
FSB TV and the Police Chiefs Association. And also, I just wanted to say that I'm really enjoying the Rapid Fire Fridays.
Good.
I think those are really kind of fun and
Yeah,
interesting
so,
for us to get a feel.
Chairman Wilcox asked me today, it's really for Patrol Officer Solano. She's pushed and pushed and pushed, and it's been showing me, quite a few departments do it, so it's not nothing that we created or came up with. It's pretty common out there. She finally broke me down, and we went for it, and it was good feedback, so hopefully it continues to be good
Yeah,
feedback.
I think it builds a good
Yeah,
rapport.
Well, it
Yeah.
personalizes the officers.
well, and I talked to so many people that should know our officers and they know, you know, so it hopefully be a good way to get their names and faces out there, and
And that's all. we
Again,
have.
it's this Friday.
I think with school, we might skip a week just because we're gonna try and get those back to school messages out. I think it's probably a little more important, and then we'll follow up the following week after that, so. I know he's trying to make his a production as well, so we'll try and, so, but they're having fun with it, which is nice.
That's nice. Positive.
Renee, any questions? Yep. Jackie, you?
I'm all set, thank you.
Okay. Jessica,
No, almost not.
Mark,
I'm all set, thank you.
all right. Item 6, comments from the public. Is there anyone in the public wishing to make a comment at this point?
I could make a comment, but it's a good comment.
Please come forward.
Right. My only concerns, bicycles, joggers, and people running in the road. In the road, they're not behind the line. I don't know how to fix the problem. You know, they run tandem. I just don't know what to do. I mean, hopefully you can have people stopped and just advise them. I mean, and with kids and helmets, oh, they put them on.
Yeah.
They don't buckle them. The straps are hanging, so,
And I'm that crazy lady riding down the street going, why don't you have a
oh, they're not. I
Yeah.
can tell you 6 kids I saw,
Yeah.
and they're not buckled. You know, how can you enforce that? You know, I don't even know. I don't even know. But with the people running in the road and the bikes that are going in the road and the 2 tandem people, it really ends to the point where I just want to open my car door. But I won't. I'm just telling you, it's frustrating because there's rules and they don't always follow the rules, you know? Community policing. I think, and I don't know, Ryan, is there more community policing happening? We used to do car seats, we used to do bike safety, used to have cops on bikes. Used to have, you know, where you go to the chamber, you talk with the businesses. I don't know any of those police officers. I know you.
Right.
None. You know, and to have the impression of, well, it's shift change, that's terrible. You know, I think there could be a lot more community policing.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else in the live audience? All right, in the virtual audience, if you'd like to offer public comment, please virtually raise your hand. Larry, you have anyone? No. Okay. Comments from the chief? Any comments at this point?
Yeah, I'm happy to address some of Paula's concerns. So obviously, you know, Paula is, used to be related to Chairman Stewart from many years ago, police officer in Saybrook. So we do have a car seat clinic coming up in September. It was something I left out of my, report that I want to report on, so you can see, we'll sign up for that on Facebook. It is part of, National Car Seat Safety Week. So we do a grant through Yale University Hospital where they supply us with the car seats, so we're able to, do that for some people. We did have the bikes out at the road race this past weekend at Saybrook Point, so, currently we only have 2 part-time officers on the bikes, so it's hard to get them in. We're looking for, more trainings to get some more people out there, so hopefully now that we are up to full staff. I know Patrolman Costick does have some A days scheduled in September to do her community policing, so.
Do we have e-bikes?
We do have e-bikes, yes. 2, correct, yes, yeah.
Are they actually being deployed?
So again, they were out just this first time this past weekend, so, you know, with our department policies, part of our policies, you have to be NIMBA trained, which is a mountain bike police officers trained. Nobody has that except for Patrolman Giacco and Patrolman Gavinelli, 2 of our part-timers. So Sergeant Hardy was the last full-timer that had it, and he's obviously no longer with us.
So Chubb, we actually do have a public comment. And I also just want to add that Carl went home from work today feeling unwell.
Oh.
And so that's why he did so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that there is, oh, the hand went down.
Maybe they'll come.
Hand went back up. Okay.
All right,
Oh, it's back up.
It's back.
Right.
okay.
There.
Can you hear me? No?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please identify yourself for us.
Oh, sorry. This is the first time I've come on your Zoom meeting, so forgive me. Sandy Martin, 201 Main Street.
Yes, Ms. Martin, go ahead.
I have a front row seat to speeding at all times on Main Street. I have spoken to a number of the officers. I will say they are all very professional, very polite, and extremely patient because, you know, I'm the squeaky wheel. And knowing that there's going to be, I hope, some road work up the street, invariably that means people will be speeding when they get down to me. I'm almost catty corner from the Kate. Is there any ongoing attempt to really crack down on speeding? And I say that because, or I ask that because I see people having difficulty crossing at the crosswalks. There's so many horns being honked because people just don't want to slow down for the person that's backing out of a parking space. And when you talk about kids on bikes, my heart stops every time I see them crossing at the crosswalk, and I'm right across the street from Sheffield Street, I think it's street. So my question is there a plan? Because whatever's happening now is not working. Is there a plan to have a more effective speed control effort going forward?
Thank you for that. I encourage Chief Walsh to look into that and perhaps report to us next month.
I can certainly do that, and we were hoping to, prior to Augie Dufresne's getting hurt, we were hoping to make a traffic officer. So hopefully, once he can come back, we can look into doing that, and that'll be somebody dedicated to enforcement.
That would be helpful,
Great.
thank you.
Great. And let's hope that with the new crosswalks, when they're completed, some of your concerns are abated. Okay. Any other commissioner wishing to comment at this point? I just wanted to echo how much fun I got out of Rapid Fire Friday.
Oh, my God.
It's
so
a great,
cool.
it's a great thing. I invite a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
I.
Any opposed? Nothing.